Welcome back, friends, to the part 2 of this poem, Television by George Bernard Shaw. In the first part, I told you all about the importance of knowing about the poet before learning any poem. This aspect, the importance of this aspect of knowing about the poet will be felt in this very poem itself. See, George Bernard Shaw lived was born in 1856 and lived till 1950. That means he is the person who has witnessed both the wars, that is World War I and World War II. Television, the title of this poem, came to prominence only after World War II. Though television was discovered in late 1920s, the prominence of television came to Western world in the early 1950s or after the World War II. Television is a thing which shows us the world, what was happening in the world. Prior to that, we were only listening. But television first made us visualize things, see things by sitting in our drawing rooms. So, after the World War II, the world went into a transformation. Lot of violent things happened. These all violent things started to be beamed in television, and it was being seen by audience. So this has shattered George Bernard Shaw, and he felt deep anguish, and this sense of anguishness culminated in resulting a poem called Television. Mr. Bernard Shaw was anguished at various aspects like terror, murders, political corruptions, stock market scandals, rampant pollution because of industrialization. So he visualized a world where these kind of evils will not be there. He visualized a world where Mother Nature will bloom again, air will be pure, children will be loving and caring, adults will learn brotherhood and will be helping one another. There will be no discrepancy between rich and poor. He had imagined a world like this, and he wanted to transform the world where there will be happiness all around, and he thought television might be the medium through it. This is the essence of this poem. Now, fourth part of understanding poem. This is line by line meaning. Here we will try to know what is the meaning of every line. You know, I sometimes wish I could get in that glass screen surrounded by wood. Glass screen surrounded by wood here means television. Dear friends, television was like that only. In old days, television or TV used to be in a wooden frame, not like today's TV, which has been affixed to a wall. It was not like that. It was in a wooden frame. So what the poet is saying, sometimes wish I could get into that glass screen surrounded by wood. Poet feels that he could have the ability to go into that TV and start giving us new programs as per the wish of the poets. Further, he says, I would change the program one by one. No more terror or murder with the gun. See, after going into the TV, what he will do? He will change, he says that he will change the program, the contents, and in his programs, there will be no terror or murder. Such kind of things will be wiped out from the television. Further, he says, political corruption would be no more, with speculators robbing the weak and poor. In his television means in his imaginary world. Actually, he is imagining a world through television. So, in his television or in his imaginary world which he wants to create, there will be no political corruption. There will be no speculators robbing weak and poor. Speculators, what do you mean by speculators? These, in modern days, they are called stock market players. These are called speculators. The world of ours I would fill with joy, a brand new start for every girl and boy. He wants a brand new world for all. Mother Nature would bloom anew, all mankind's dream would come true. What he says? In his new world, Mother Nature will again bloom anew. Anew means afresh. Mother Nature will bloom anew. All mankind's dream would come true. This will be a world where the dreams of each and every one, all mankind means each and every one, come true. With no more poison on every breeze, with birds and beasts, flowers and trees, with no more poison on every breeze. What here in this line, the poet is telling that birds and beasts, flowers and trees, with no more poison on every breeze. What he is telling? He is telling that he is imagining a world, pollution-free world. The water in each river and stream would be pure and clear like in my dream. See, this is the continuation of previous line only, where he is stating that he is imagining a world, pollution-free world. Yes, all the programs on my TV would be specially made for you and me. I would teach the children to love and care, the grown-ups how to help and share. In these lines, the poet is telling that, yes, all the programs on my TV would be specially made for you and me. It means the programs in the TV or the world which he is imagining will be like everyone, where terror, there will be no terror, no murders, etc. He is imagining a world full of joy, where all the people will be happy. This is the imagination of the poet. He is imagining a world through television. Each job of work that has to be done shall be shared by everyone. This means he is imagining a world where people will be helping in nature. They will be helping one another. There will be no more rich and no more poor. That means he is seeing or imagining a world where there will be no disparity between rich and poor. On my television, and that's for sure, he is again reaffirming that on his television there will be no evils, only there will be good things. There will be no pollution, there will be no terror, there will be no political corruption. But instead, there will be happiness, there will be joy. There will be a world where rivers will be flowing pollution free. There will be fresh air. Children will start playing. Adults will help one another. There will be no disparity between rich and poor. This is the meaning of the poem Television. Friends, thus we have concluded the poem Television by George Bernard Shaw. Hope all of you have enjoyed the poem. I once again thank you all for watching this poem. I am Srinivas with the assistance of my son Ajay has managed to bring this video to you all. Thank you all for watching this video.